What's up, guys? We are here for a warm-up to get us ready, primed, excited to do a workout. So all you're going to need for this one is going to be a PVC pipe or a dowel or a broomstick, something that is long enough that you can keep your hands pretty wide on. So I'm going to have a start here. That's all you're going to need. You also, if you are unable to jog in place, or if you want to do a different mode, you're going to want to have a bike or a rower, or any type of cardio that you want. But we're going to start with 30 seconds of easy cardio. So ready, set, and just start working for me. Nothing crazy. Thinking about kind of staying in your nasal breathing here. This is the first thing we're doing just to get our body working. I want you guys to think about whatever mode you're doing, that your chest is staying nice and tall, that you're allowing space in your chest and your thoracic cavity for your rib cage to expand so that you can actually open those lungs up as we get moving a little bit harder here. We're going to go through this 2 times. So this first one is just nice and easy, and we'll come back to an easy round again. So go ahead and have a seat on the floor. We're going to go into our 90-90 rotation. So I want you to sit with your legs in this orientation. Ideally, we're looking to be at a 90 degree. If it's too hard for 90, then you can put your feet in a little bit closer to your thigh. And you want to, if it's too hard, you can put your hands behind you. Our goal is to keep our chest nice and tall. So from this position, all I want you to do is pick up the back knee, keep your feet planted where they are, but you're going to pick up that back knee, rotate onto your feet, onto the outside and inside of your opposite feet, and you're going to come in the same position on the other side. Again, if it's too much, you just put your hands behind you. But we're going to go for 5 of these nice and slow on each side. This is going to be 2 right here. What you really want to think about as you do this is that we're trying to get rotation to happen in our hip socket. So those femurs are actually rotating as we go side to side. The other thing that we want to prevent is this rounded position. So I want you to think as you rotate, keep your chest really tall as you rotate through that space. The other thing to think about in the middle position, this is number 4 right here, is that we actually hit this wide knee middle position and we're not just kind of rolling in and out of it. And again, this is pinchy. The more you do this, the better it gets. I would love to see people do this every single day. We're going to go one more over to the other side. I'm going to have you jump up. You're going to find your cardio of choice again. We're going to pick our pace up a little bit more. So 30 seconds here, a little bit faster. If you're choosing a different mode, that's great. Nothing crazy. We'll think of this as like a running pace, not a jogging pace. Whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm just jogging in place so you can see me, but if you can run around, great, do that. Just staying nice and strong through your chest position. I talk about that a lot when it comes to cardio because when we get collapsed through here, it's really hard to breathe. So you want to keep that chest nice and tall. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to use this dowel for. So I want you guys to hold on to the dowel wide enough that when you bring your knee up, the pipe is right in that kind of hip crease, hip socket area. That's usually a pretty good space. What that's going to do is get you to the position that when you pull your arms up, you're going to have a 90 degree angle in your elbow. We don't want to be really wide. We don't want to be really narrow. So we're kind of looking for that 90 degrees. So if you have to adjust your hands a little bit to fit there, great. A Cuban press from here. I want you to watch me from the side body. You're going to squeeze your bum. I want you to pull those shoulders and tuck them into your back pockets. They're coming back and down. Our rib cage stays down. All I want you to do from here, without shrugging, you're going to pull your elbows up till you hit that 90 degree position. Keep your elbows high as you slowly rotate that pipe in front of your head. It's going to come right on top of your head. Press it straight up overhead. As you come down, depress those shoulder blades, pull them down. Here's the kicker. As you rotate back down, I want you to keep your elbows high and keep pushing those shoulder blades down into your back pocket. Then we're going to rotate it back up. Rotate, press, come back down, and then nice and slow rotate this down. What we want to prevent again is when we come back, when we rotate, we don't want our shoulders to fall in. So you're always thinking tucking those shoulder blades back and down, but we're rotating up, press straight up overhead, pull those shoulder blades down, and then as you come down, keep squeezing them together. Don't let them fall in. Rotate, press nice and strong, pull those shoulder blades down, pull the elbows down. Nice and easy, rotate through that shoulder. We're going to go for one more here. Rotate up, press, come down, rotate down. Go ahead and set that to the side, 30 seconds. This time we're going harder. I want you to get that pace up a little bit. Get that body moving. And as we're doing this again, whatever mode you're on, it should be getting harder. This should be getting some blood pumping. It should be maybe starting to sweat a little bit or strip some layers off if it's cold where you are. nice and strong through that. Keep working for me here for about another 5 seconds. And we're gonna go into what we call a reaching squat. So go ahead and stop where you are. I want you to get in your comfy squat position. You're gonna tighten your midline, reach your hips back, lower yourself to the bottom of your squat. From here, we're gonna put our elbows on the inside of our knees. I want you to take your left hand and just put it onto, you can even hold onto your foot a little bit as you're pushing out with that elbow. Your right hand, you're gonna reach up towards the ceiling and look up at that. Then you're gonna come back down and we're gonna switch. Grab a hold of the right foot, drive that right knee out with your right elbow, reach that left hand up towards the ceiling. From the side, it's gonna look like this. In the bottom of the squat, left hand on your foot. Push your knee out, keep your chest tall, reach up with that right hand. Come back down. Push, right leg, reach, left arm. And using your breath with this, exhale, reach up to it. Inhale, come down, push out, exhale, reach up to it. Nice, big, strong movement on each side. Hopefully you're getting a little bit more range through here. Feeling that whole upper back open up. Maybe your hips are opening up a little bit. One more reach on each side, up, come back down, reach up, nice big position. Now that we're familiar with all of that, we get to do it one more time. So go ahead and find a jogging pace, 30 seconds here. Again, we're not going crazy. We're just trying to find some good solid movement, paying attention to our position of our body. We don't just move to move, we move with intention. So thinking again, keeping your chest nice and tall, your shoulders back and down. Make sure that you are breathing nice and evenly. If you want to turn this into a nasal breathing still, that's kind of our goal when we're doing our cardio, is to stay in our, stay in our nasal breathing as much as we can, knowing that as our speed intensifies, that obviously gets harder. And we're going to move from here into our 90-90 rotation. So go ahead and have a seat on the floor. Find that 90-90 position. Sometimes the second round it feels a little bit easier. Obviously, the more you do this, it's going to start to feel easier. So chest nice and tall. Find your 90-90. Let's pick up that back leg. Rotate yourself over to the other side. Chest nice and tall. These are slow, guys. We do not want to go really fast on this. Fast is not your friend on this. Going slow, you really get to find all those spots that are feeling a little bit tight or need a little more attention. Typically, the back leg, so this internally rotated femur on the back side, gets a little bit tighter. That's pretty normal. Hopefully, we feel that that gets easier again as we go. Maybe you're feeling it a lot in your hip flexors, in that front part of your hip crease. That also is a thing. Again, we want this to feel better the more that we do it. Nice and tall in that chest. I believe that is 5 on each side, but let's do one more just for good measure. Rather do a little bit more than a little bit too little. Great, and we're gonna stand up after this one. We've got 30 seconds of cardio. This time I want you to pick that pace up just a little bit more. A little bit faster for me. 30 seconds, nice, moderate pace, nothing too crazy, but faster than we were just doing. Again, your chest is tall, you're breathing nice and normally. If you're running, you're using your arms. If you're rowing, make sure that you're driving with your legs first, drive those hips back and then lean. Your chest is nice and tall. If you're on a bike, I want you to think of making a 360 pull and push with your foot. All right, we're gonna grab our pipe into our Cuban presses. Grab a hold, again, in that appropriate width for you, to where you can hit your 90-degree position, and all we want to do is ground through our feet, squeeze our bum, make sure our rib cage is down, pull the shoulders back and down, elbows come up, rotate that pipe in front of you, press up overhead. I should say, if this is really easy for you, you can put a little bit of weight on this pipe, or you can use a really light barbell if you have one of those. For weight, you can use some ankle straps, ankle weights. You can use some wrist weights. You can put some little change plates, so like 1 to 2 pound weights on the bar. That all can work. But again, the most important thing, guys, is that we are keeping those shoulder blades in a really good, strong position and not letting things collapse down, not letting our elbows fall. We're keeping those elbows in that good, strong position, and we're keeping our shoulders back and down, so we're actually rotating through the humerus. Let's go for one more here. Rotate up, press up overhead, pull back down to your head, and control it down. Ditch that pipe. We've got 2 more things. We're doing 30 seconds again, this time a little bit harder. So find that hard effort again. Get your body moving. You may have changed your mode of choice during this. That is awesome. Do what feels right for you. Keep that body moving though, guys. Trying to pick that pace up a little bit more if you can. We've got about 15 seconds here. You're doing great. Keep working, keep working. 5 seconds, and we're gonna finish with our reaching squats for 5 on each side. So go ahead and stop for me on your cardio. Find your good strong squatting stance. Core is on. Let's push our knees out a little bit, but keep our big toe on the floor as we go down to the bottom of our squat. Grab a hold of your left toe, push out of your left knee with your elbow, and let's drive that right arm up towards the ceiling. Really reach for the sky. Come back down, inhale, push out on that right foot. Reach up with that left arm. Exhale as you reach. When you do this, try not to rotate or lift out of your squat. Keeping the squat is the important part. And then if you are tight in your upper back, you will know, or your lower back, you're gonna notice that on these reaches, and you're gonna have a little limited range. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is something we want to improve. So again, I love to use warm-ups as a way to really kind of assess how the body is doing, get us ready for a workout, but also it's a time to really check in. So if you're noticing that this one is compromised, maybe you stick this into your daily practice for the next couple weeks. Hope you feel warm, get after your workout today, and have a good one.